knowing in myself that as long as I am in my truth, in the authenticity of my truth within my being, that whatever is going on out here doesn't matter.
Welcome to the Soul Game. I'm your host, Shannon McLaren, the Mystic Agent. Through the ancient art of storytelling, our soul council of sensory experts, Shannon,
Cindi,
Amanda,
Adrian,
Ruby,
will have 15 minutes to embody different aspects of the seeker's healing request.
I have a close relationship at work. We have diametrically opposed political views.
And bring about a new SOULution. Let's get into it. The Soul Game.
Hi there, my name is Cindi, and I am a mom and a wife, and I have two big dogs that I love, and we have a very busy household. I'm a creative who was called to be a healer. I'm an ER trauma nurse. I love yoga. I love gardening, organic gardening. I am innately positive. And I'm not a very good listener. That's one thing that I wish I was better at. I'm not that good at it. Did you say something? My name is Cindi.
Cindi.
That was cool.
Okay, Cindi, may I ask you, please, what is your healing request for today?
I have a close relationship at work, and there is a sort of an inherent hierarchy, a power structure. And I am the lower one on the power structure between the two of us. And the person that I'm dealing with, sorry. We have, God, I'm already getting emotional. Is it working? We have diametrically opposed political views, and I feel in the workplace it is not appropriate to discuss things like this. I feel like politics and other things are better left out of the professional work situation that I'm in. I'm in a very structured corporate situation. And I think that both of us know really well that we have opposing views. And my voice is oppressed. My voice is not heard. And part of it is that I choose not to say anything because I feel like it's inappropriate. But I feel like the person who occupies the higher power structure feels quite free to get in her little comments constantly throughout the day. When we're not even discussing politics, she'll throw in, some sort of comment that just, I shut down. I don't respond because, first of all, she's, she is, has more power than I do. And I just feel like if I were to use my voice and stand up to her, I don't think that it would be a positive thing for my work situation. I feel like, I don't know why we have to discuss it. I don't know why we have to discuss any type of politics or current goings on ever in the workplace, unless I guess there are certain times when that could be okay and it could be appropriate. And I have plenty of people there who I do see eye to eye with, and it's quite easy to have these discussions. But with her, I feel so just oppressed. I feel like a lack of voice. And it's not my feeling with not having my voice with her has just escalated with the current problems. And I feel so strongly about it. If I didn't feel strongly about what was going on, it wouldn't matter to me. But I do feel very strongly. And I feel like a big baby crying right now. I'm an extremely sensitive person. Duh. I'm a very emotional person. My heart on my sleeve. And I almost feel like when she throws in these little comments about how she feels about what's going on in the world right now, that it's almost like poking at me a little bit, because she knows very well how I feel. But, I choose not to say anything. And maybe that's not even the best tactic. Maybe I do need to say something, but again, I don't think it's appropriate in the workspace. I mean, she knows how I feel. But anyway, so my last is my ask. I don't know how to find, what is appropriate to say when. And, and this goes through our relationship continuum. It's just very escalated right now. I feel like she's poking at me, like she's poking the tiger. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. I feel like I need to either find my voice or be okay with not using it. And I don't know which is going to make me feel good. But I leave work feeling oppressed. I feel sick to my stomach. I feel grossed out, honestly, by some of the things that are said.
Okay, so I'd like to reflect a little bit of this, if I may.
That's kind of it. What's that?
I said I'd like to reflect a little bit of this.
Please.
So what I'm hearing you say is that you feel oppressed, that there's a hierarchy, and you're on the lower part of the totem, and that you have people at work that you can talk to, that you have similar views with. However, with this person in particular, they are literally poking you with their words and putting them in the space, knowing that it's not okay with you. They know it.
Yeah, I feel that's true.
And so, and you feel like a little bit of a baby right now.
I do. I've been holding it for so long that to tell this group of faces just felt cathartic just saying it.
Good. So I'm wondering, there's this, do you say something or do you keep holding it in? And so I'm wondering if there's anyone in the space who can relate to people taking without asking. Ruby.
I immediately, before you said that, was feeling angry in my body and aggressive. Like I have all this anger and I don't know what to do with it. So I just want to pounce on somebody. That's what I feel like. There's so much anger and it's like in my stomach, it's in my back, it's in my hands, and it's in my face, and I have nowhere to put it. I don't, it's not in my brain. Like I don't know how to process it. I just feel all this anger and I need to get it out. I just want to attack all of you.
Yeah.
All right. And is there someone in the field that can relate to holding themselves back, holding their voice back? Feeling that small mouse-like quality with somebody over them and holding back. Adrian.
I'm trying to feel safe is what's happening in my body right now. And I'm having things show up in my body, and I have to stop every single thing because I think every single thing will make the situation not safe. So I'm feeling kind of frozen and small and imploding a little bit. And I want my space. I want my boundaries. I'm pissed off that you can't see this, actually. I don't know what I need to do to like make this more clear. I want to feel safe.
How is this for you, Cindi?
Both of the reflections really resonate with me, both of them. I want to feel safe, and I do feel angry. And that's what I'm afraid if I choose to use my voice, I'm so afraid that it's all pent up and imploding, that if I finally say it, that might be real bad. So, there's so much emotion behind how I feel that I don't trust myself to say it well. So I don't say it.
Is there someone in the space who feels like feels this trust and the ability to say it well? Yeah, Amanda.
Oddly, for some reason, throughout this expression, I do feel like I'm really in touch with this neutrality. And I'm not sure where it's coming from, but I feel it in the space. Like maybe it's even like a guide or, like I see like an angelic presence or I feel in touch with an angelic presence or like a guide that's watching over you or something. And I feel like this sense of like knowing in myself that as long as I am in my truth and in the authenticity of my truth within my being, that whatever is going on out here doesn't matter. It's just this doesn't affect me. And I feel very capable of finding outlets for the expression that feel really safe, so it doesn't feel so bottled up, and I feel able to be out in the battlefield, sort of being like guarded by this angelic presence. That's what I see.
Wow. Wow. My mom passed away in September. And when you said that, you're talking about the angelic person, of course, I feel like that's my mom. And those words, when you were saying that, I felt such a calmness that I haven't felt in a while. But that's who I think about when you just said that.
Yeah, that totally resonates. Yeah.
How is that for you, Ruby, the person who takes without asking? How is it to hear this neutrality and this vulnerability?
Before, I was feeling like a hungry lion that just wanted to scratch everything in my way. And as you were talking about being neutral and being strong and what you think and that none of this matters, I felt these feelings of anger starting to move. They were really stuck in my stomach and my bones, and they started to move. And I started to feel like I don't really care as much. Like I don't need to scratch things. I can just sit here. I don't care. I'm not putting you down if that's not working. I don't care. I'm still angry, but I don't want anything to do with you.
Adrian.
There is this awareness that I have in the moment that I have this frustrating thing that I'm dealing with, like in my day, in my work, in my life, and it's really frustrating. And there's also this awareness on the level of my soul and my history and this person's soul and their history, that there's something there. And there's something really deep that's moving, and there's something really deep and expansive that's occurring, that's larger than just being poked at work. It's something with more depth than just that. So there's a sense of curiosity that I have. I'm still irritated, but now I actually have there's a sense of curiosity that I have a little bit in the moment.
Mm-hmm. I love this, Adrian. I was sensing the bridge between the holding back of the voice and the person who takes without asking. I was feeling that bridge. So I'm wondering, Dipti, this curiosity, this inquiry that Adrian's speaking of, does anything come up for you around that? The bridge between the two, there's a curiosity. What is the common thread of curiosity?
So as things are moving here, in the beginning I kept feeling that boundary, but along with that boundary, the word silent boundary kept coming up. And my throat was pretty activated in the beginning, but it's calmed down. It's almost like I can say the things I need to in a softer way and still hold that boundary, but still voice my opinion. That kind of also brings that sense of security and safety for me.
So speaking that boundary. Yes, Ruby.
I was feeling like when Adrian was talking about there being a common bridge, I was feeling this anger stuck in my stomach, and I had this feeling like I want to mess with you. I want to get you so that you can heal me. Like you need to react so that you can unwind something going on in my body, in my field. And this anger was just stuck, and it was like, I know this isn't working, like we're both not happy here, but I know that you have some medicine for me, and I want that, and I know you have it. And as Dipti was talking about the silent boundary and about maybe even speaking a little bit, but being very confident and calm and not needing to be aggressive, I started to feel that anger move. Like our dynamic is changing. And maybe I do need you to step up a little bit and hold that confidence and not get involved, but maybe say something. It can help me move my stuff.
How is this for you, Cindi?
Gosh, it's pretty amazing because when my mom passed away in September, all of these themes came up regarding me setting boundaries with certain people that I've never set before, with using my voice in a way that I haven't before, and also doing a lot of personal work around having emotions stuck in my body. Exactly what Ruby was just saying. I've done some pretty intense work very recently about getting things moving and being more fluid, because that's what happens is, I feel, just like you said, the anger is just stuck in my stomach. Everything that everyone is saying have been big themes in my life lately. And for the last few months, I've really taken big strides in addressing all of these things: boundaries, voice, having stuck emotions, and of course, my mother's angelic presence through all of it.
Yes.
So it's pretty amazing to have all of this being reflected back at me like this. It's pretty overwhelming.
Good. So I am going to bring the session to a completion. I am wondering if anyone feels they need to speak a last word, because it feels complete to me. But I want to give everyone a chance to put at least one word in before we close. Dipti?
Soft expression.
Amanda?
I just want to say that I feel like you are so supported and so loved, and that this is happening because you are on your journey and you have everything that you need to be triumphant.
Thank you.
Ruby?
Releasing and trusting the releasing.
Adrian?
There's medicine here.
I think you're right.
Cindi, thank you for coming and participating in this SOULution. I'd like to invite you to call back all of your energy into your midline. I'd like you to call it back from your workspace, from your family, from ancestors, from previous relationships, any place you feel like you've left bits of yourself. Call all of that into your midline, the center of your being now, your spine. Nice. Good. And for everyone watching this, you too can be an agent of action for your soul by honoring what shows up for you in your being. Thank you for participating in this SOULution.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's been a couple of days since our session, and I'm wondering how you're feeling.
Okay, well, since the session, I have been feeling so many different things. The evening after the session, I was feeling kind of drained from the vulnerable spot that I felt I was in. Just revealing myself to all of you who I don't know that well, and whoever else is watching, that was a really vulnerable place for me. Mm-hmm. And there was something that you said to me, Shannon, that really it floored me. So at the end of the session, you said, take a moment to center yourself and bring back all of the pieces that you've left with other people. You said something to that effect. And I was feeling so drained that night. So when I recalled what you said to me and I took that breath and I drew back all of those pieces, I felt this overwhelming sense of wholeness, of well-being, of being put back together. It was amazing. It was very, very cool. And all of that exhaustion and vulnerability that I was feeling, it just came back together. And I said, you know what? You're going to synthesize all of this. Every piece that everyone had to offer me about, anger being stuck and feeling like I need a safe place and having the angelic presence watching over me and being able to set my boundaries in a quiet way. It all kind of came together in that moment when I recalled your direction. Mm-hmm. And it was a profound experience.
Thank you. That's lovely. So how is this type of healing work different than anything else you've ever done? Or is it?
This type of healing work is different than anything I've ever done because, it was a group of panelists that all have their own view and perception of me and my experience and what I'm saying and what I'm projecting. And for me, it was really cool to get all these different people with all of their specialties and their training to give me their feedback, because each person had something different to say and each person nailed it. I mean, they nailed it. Each person had something to offer where I almost went, oh my God, how did you know that about me?
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, visit themysticagent.com for more information on how you can be our next seeker in the soul game.